The Safe Soil movement has crossed the most dangerous Kumbu ice fall.
I think for me it was about creating a new possibility. It can be a one-way street. You go out and you never come back.
My son came back, I hugged him and I cried. I don't know what's going to happen.
Every time, every step, the question is, hey, why am I doing this? Reaching the top is only 50% success, and most of the deaths happen when coming down. This is going to be my last mountain. I will never climb in my life. The eyes want to see the camp, the next camp, but you are not getting there. Sadhguru is taking this movement horizontally across 30 countries, and why not I take this vertically to the top of the world?
You can see Lhotse up there, and Everest is hiding behind.
Why Everest? I need to take you back to 2011. I was on a Sauran with Sadhguru to Kailash and Manasarovar. We had a couple of days break in Kathmandu, so we decided we'll take a mountain flight, and unfortunately the flight got cancelled that day because of bad weather. And I still remember the first thought that came to my mind was, hey, why should I see Everest from a flight, but I rather see the world from its peak. Then it was 2018, and I had invested myself so much into work that I had become a big fat panda. I weighed more than 95 kgs, not ideal for my height. And then it was in 2018, the fitness journey started, which almost lasted for 1.5 years, because I wanted my body to naturally adapt to losing weight. I didn't want to take shortcuts. So it took me almost 1.5 years to get to the shape that I am today. So the journey to Everest always starts from Kathmandu. You go to Kathmandu and spend a couple of days there. You buy the final gear, you do the gear check, and then you fly to Lukla, which is the world's most dangerous airport. It's got the shortest runway, and at the end of the runway is a straight downhill, and it's completely surrounded by mountains. From Lukla, the expedition actually starts. Okay, so the day you are in Lukla, we call it as day 0 of expedition. So we do the long trek to EBC, takes around 12 days. The body, the mind has to acclimatize to that higher altitude. And then we go up almost to 7,100 meters, step by step, and then we come down. That going up and coming down process is called a rotation. So I was at 7,000 meters, and then the complete weather changed. Minus 30 degrees, wind speeds of 40 is almost like equivalent to minus 50 degrees. Even your down suit is not equipped to protect you. And at that time I had a small exposure, right? I removed my buff for a few seconds, and by the time I could put it back, I couldn't feel my nose. So there was a severe frostbite. So I was rescued, evacuated down to hospital in Kathmandu, and the doctor told me that, hey, within 5 days we will have to chop it off. Fortunately, sometimes miracles do happen. It started healing by itself. And from then I started the journey of mental endurance, because high altitude mountaineering is only partly physical, but 70% of is the mental game. So I started my mental endurance, and in parallel I was doing Shambhavi regularly without a single day's break, and that brought in a lot of mental clarity, I would say. Then started long distance cycling, When I mean long distance cycling, it's like 600 kilometers, 400 kilometers in a specific time frame, and that brought in a lot of endurance to the mind. And it was only in 2021 they got to know that I am planning to do Everest. The bravest person in my life is my wife, because every time I go out, she knows that I may not come back, but she still lets me go with a smile on her face, and that needs a lot of courage.
It's 12th May, 1 a.m. and we're all set to push off from the base camp. I've got my leader sitting by with me, and Safe Soil is about to begin its journey to the top of the world. I expect it to be on the peak of Everest by the 15th of May around 10:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'll be starting the journey with the grace of Sadhguru. Thank you so much. That's the tiny lights down there is the base camp. We have climbed around 2 hours now. It's 3 a.m. and we are just taking a short break.
The biggest hurdle of Everest is something called the Khumbu Icefall, because it's a glacier, it's a moving block of ice. There are crevices, right? And if you look into them, you won't see the end of it. So that's the way you cross over crevasses. It was my very first time and you normally get it trained a little bit in terms of how to step on the ladder, okay? So you'll have to be very careful in terms of stepping on the ladder. You won't have the support except for the ropes, and the ropes are loose, you know, nobody ties it very tightly. So it's a very treacherous balancing act, and I think that is where meditation happened to me. I was just focused on the present, just taking that one next step, the next step, the next step, crossing over the ladder. I think it was a beautiful orchestration of the mind, the body, everything coordinating, the intelligence working to make sure that everything is moving according to the way it has to happen, right? So Sadhguru always says meditation has to happen, right? So meditation happened to me there on the ladder.
May 12th, and the Safe Soil movement has crossed the most dangerous Khumbu Icefall, and it has reached Camp 1 of Everest.
So Camp 1 is a very, very basic camp. There is no kitchen there. Whatever you carry, the food, half-boiled food, you basically use that to have your dinner. It gets pretty cold. When I say cold, you open the bottle cap to drink water, the water freezes. So the next day we push to something called a Camp 2, and this now becomes like a mini preliminary exams, and it's called the Western CUM, okay, CWM, and it gets so hot in the morning that you literally start sweating. You're walking on ice, but you're sweating. The end of that walk is something called a Camp 2, which is at 6,300 meters, and it's what is called as an advanced base camp, because there's a kitchen. You get good food, you get fresh food, they cook food for you.
It's my favorite, Japanese miso soup with rice. So I'm going to gulp it and then probably get back to sleep.
And this is where the challenge starts. There is something called a Lhotse face or a Lhotse wall, and it's a very steep climb, a very long steep climb. You know, you just need to keep pulling yourself up with the rope, pulling 3 to 4 hours of just going up. You go to the edge, you think you are there, but you will see another slope going up. So the eyes want to see the camp, the next camp, but you're not getting there. It becomes very, very, very torturous. And every time, every step, the question is, hey, why am I doing this? This is going to be my last mountain. I will never climb in my life. These are the thoughts that come up.
Save soil movement.
So the save soil, let me put it in another way. Earthworms. I used to see so many of them when I was a child. Come rain, come earthworms. And last few years, I have not seen a single earthworm. And I didn't know why. And it's only through Save Soil I understood the importance of soil, the way soil is deteriorating, and it's going to be a problem to the world in the future. And that is when I realized, man, there is something that I can contribute here. So that is how Save Soil came into my life. I would put the flag outside my tent, and people would get curious. What is Save Soil doing in a mountain, in a snow-filled mountain? And people used to come and try to understand, and I took that opportunity to explain what it meant. And I was also fortunate to carry a few t-shirts with me, the green Save Soil ones. And if somebody came back again with more questions, I would give them one as a token of appreciation. So that is how I took Save Soil, and it went along with me to every camp.
Save Soil movement has reached Camp 3 of Everest and Lhotse, and in the coming days it's also going up to Lhotse at 8516 meters. So it's been a great journey up here.
Camp 3 is again a very, very basic camp. There is no flat area in Camp 3. It's inclined, and the tents are also put in that way. And when you sleep, you're slowly coming down, slipping. The body is literally shutting down slowly. Even though you've got bottled oxygen, your decision cycle is slow, your movement is slow, you can't sleep, the appetite is completely gone, there is no energy left. The only source of energy is oxygen, which is also limited. And this is where you need that determination, that perseverance to go up. I still remember Sadhguru doing his biking, right? Non-stop at some places, the deserts, the heat, that was pulling him down, the wobbling things. This all is happening to me up there, right? With lack of oxygen, you have got the weight, you are walking, the muscles are tired, nothing is happening, and you still just keep walking, right? So I can understand what Sadhguru would have gone through at his age. I'm still much younger than him, but it was a similar torture at 8,000 meters.
Hello! The Save Soil movement has reached Camp 4 of Everest. Today is May 14th, and tomorrow morning, probably by 9, the Save Soil movement is going to reach the highest point in the world, the Mount Everest. Save Soil movement! Yay!
So Camp 4 to the summit is a very long climb.
So all set now. So push out.
And in between you get something called the Hillary Step. The Hillary Step is named after Edmund Hillary, who summited Everest for the first time. That's the most dangerous part because it's a rock, it's very steep, and by the time you reach there, your energy levels are completely down, and now you see a big rock that you need to climb up. And unfortunately, it's a very emotional place because you get to see a dead body of a mountaineer, who has been dead for almost like 12 years now.
May 14th, 10:45 a.m. Sering and I have passed the yellow band, and we are approaching the Geneva Spur. Almost here we are. So probably another 1 hour to the Camp 4 of Everest, and the weather overall has been very, very good. Sering bhai! Yay! Yay!
But again, what kept going was the clarity that Shambhavi brought me, right? That persistence to chase your dreams. So that kept me going up. And on the 15th of May, 8:04 a.m., I was on the summit of Everest, on the top of the world. And it was such a moment when I unfolded the Save Soil flag, remembered Sadhguru, because it is now one full circle. Started off with Kailas, and the manifestation came to reality with Save Soil, and I was on top of the world. Reaching the top is only 50% success. Coming back to family in one piece alive is what is success, 100% success. And most of the deaths happen when coming down. So I had to be extremely careful, no mistakes. I had to control the excitement of summiting Everest for a few more hours till I reached safety. It's again a pretty long walk. It gets very, very torturous because your shoulders are giving up now. Now you need to hold the rope in the opposite direction and start coming down one step at a time, and your shoulders are dead by then. And most of the deaths happen because people have completely lost their energy going up, and when they are coming down, they just sit and they are dead. And this is where the Sherpas play a very vital role. Without them, there is no mountaineering, I would say. They are very, very vital to take you up safely and get you down.
Sering bhai,
Yes,
yesterday summit of Everest, how many times was it?
that's my 10th time.
He is a great leader, he is an excellent manager, he knows how to manage every aspect of the campsites, and as we come down, I think Sering has now become a good friend of mine, more than everything. So thanks again Sering bhai, and let's go to base camp and celebrate.
Okay, sure.
So it took me almost like 4 hours from the summit to get back to Camp 4, and that is when you actually breathe a sigh of relief. That is when you realize, man, I've done it now. Because you have reached a certain level of safety. You still have a long way to go down, but Camp 4 tells you, man, you have done it. I just wanted to get down to safety much faster. So I did one push from Camp 4. We left at around 7:30 in the morning on the 16th of May and reached back the base camp by 8:30. So that actually is a India Book of Records for the fastest descent from Camp 4 to Everest Base Camp. It's in my name. There are hundreds of things not in your control. The only thing that you can control is, can you bring in that intensity at that moment to that next 2 steps, and can you keep going? That's all counted. And I think Sadhguru's vision used to come a lot whenever I used to stop, and that used to push me forward. And it was absolutely my pleasure to showcase Save Soil on the topmost point on the earth.